I'd like to welcome everybody to the Zoning Board of Appeals for June 25th, 2026. This is a special meeting, so no other business other than what's on the agenda will be taken care of tonight. We have 5 members, so it's good for the applicant, because we will no doubt be taking this to a vote this evening. The names are all in front of us. I don't need to read them out. So everybody here from the Zoning Board of Appeals will be voting on this tonight. So at this point, I will suspend the special meeting. And we have an application for a special permit for the property at 50 Ardowney Road, Columbia, Connecticut. The purpose of the application is to replace an existing family home. And the request of the ZBA is a special permit approval for section 10.4.2.1 I of the Columbia zoning regulations, and we also have to deal with sections 52 and 71. I would just ask anybody who's going to speak, please state your name, just for the record. The applicant agent is Wesley J. Wentworth, P.E., Wentworth Civil Engineers, LLC of Lebanon, Connecticut. I would assume you're going to be speaking for them this evening. The properties owner are William Litt, trustee, William Litt Revocable Trust of Weathersfield, Connecticut. I have all the abutting landowner notices for anybody here that wishes to see them. There was a dozen of them.
They're all positive, right?
There's
no negative ones.
There's absolutely nothing of any correspondence in the file or emails or anything from anybody, from any of the abutting landowners.
They were all sent registered.
Certificate of mail.
Yeah, certificate of mail. Now, the property is within a flood zone. Reason for the application is proposed work is within 200 feet of Columbia Lake. I will read the special permit application narrative. The subject parcel is a lot that forms on Columbia Lake with a single family cottage. The existing family cottage is on a lot is proposed to be removed and replaced with new year-round single family home. The home is to be served by an existing on-site well and new septic system. The property is moderately sloped towards the lake. There are no wetland soils or regulated water courses on the subject parcel. Most of the lot is within 200 feet of upland review area from Columbia Lake. Nutrient allocation calculations have been prepared for the proposed site. The site will utilize BMP's roof drain leader dry wells to treat first flush storm event and recharge groundwater. Other BMPs to be utilized include maintaining existing woodlands, evergreen rows, and adding in landscaping beds to act as creative woodlands. The maintenance schedule has been included in the design plans to instruct the homeowner how to best maintain the functionality of the design components. The site design has utilized the above measures to minimize any long-term significant impacts to the lake. The proposed special permit application is requesting approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals to allow lot coverage of 2,610 square feet, which is 14.21%, as shown in the attached engineered site plans. The existing of the primary single story home with a second story bonus space, future exercise room over the garage. Therefore, the proposed home will have a low profile, 1.5 story design that will minimize aesthetic impact to the neighborhood. The proposed structure will comply with all 30 feet building setback lines as required by the section 10.4.2A of the Columbia zoning regulations for rear lots of record. It is my professional opinion that the approval of the special permit application as submitted does not result in a significant negative impact to public health, welfare, and safety relative to section 51.3 items through H of the Columbia zoning regulations. Sincerely, Wesley J. Wentworth. There's been a septic plan review and it was approved. The wetlands has been approved. This property, if you go to section 10.4.2, a non-conforming lot that does not contain at least 30,000 square feet of contiguous area with a minimum width of 100 feet in any direction that is free of water bodies, wetlands, and slopes in excess of 20% over more than 10% of the contiguous area, and following applies. Enlargement, expansions, or replacement of an existing primary or accessory structure or in addition to an accessory structure. In each case with no additional relocation of well and no relocation of enlargement of septic system are permitted by the zoning permit per the following table. This lot here falls into the first category, which is less than 18,500 square feet. So the minimum rear front yard setbacks is 30 feet, minimum side yards are 15 feet. The height, I'm sorry, it's a rear lot, I'm sorry. It's still, everything's the same, and the maximum lot coverage, if that's correct, is 10%.
Yeah.
And they're asking for 14%. Mr. Wentworth, you want to speak?
Good evening, for the record. Wes Wentworth, Wentworth Civil Engineers, living in Connecticut. I'm here on behalf of Mr. and Mr. Life, who are also here this evening. We've done a good deal of my presentation already, but I'll just try to just give you a description so you can graphically see what's happening. This is a 1 inch equals 10 foot scale map of the property as it exists now. This is Columbia Lake in the 1 inch equals 1,000 location. It's on the extreme west end of the lake at number 50 Erdoney Road. Currently a driveway comes in, it's shared with number 48 right at the entrance, right off Erdoney Road, and it currently comes down the south side. This is the location of the existing cottage. Existing cottage sits about 17 feet off the lake currently, and about 23 feet off the southern side yard property line. The proposed site plan, same scale, same one, obviously. I've highlighted the proposed structure. We've taken and pulled it back from 17 feet away from the lake to 31 feet. It conforms, as you said, for existing non-conforming rear lots, side yard and rear yard, front yard are all 30 feet. We fall within those setbacks, basically 31 feet at all points because the lot's somewhat triangular shape. So we're improving quite a bit as far as pulling it back from the lake to 31 from 17. Also going it from 23 feet on the southern property line side yard to 31 feet. As you said, the total coverage, which includes the attached garage and a porch on the southern portion of the site, is 2,610 square feet, which is 14.2% lot coverage. The house itself is a ranch. It's single story. It has more or less 8-12 pitch roof, so it almost appears like a cape. Has a nice look to it. But the whole body of the house, there's no second story proposed. Over the garage, there's the roof line matches, but there's just a proposed future exercise room up there. But again, matches in, and it just looks like a really nice ranch, and it sits down low from the road, so it really fits in well. Per the regulations, they're allowed up to 35 feet in height because they're completely within those building setbacks, and it's about 23, 24. So well under what would be allowed in the zone. I just want to point that out for as far as the scope of the lot. Sometimes we miss in 3D what's actually happening as far as appearance from neighbors, the lake, and the street. as you stated, the regulations, allow as a right a 10% maximum allowable lot coverage. However, an alternate maximum of 15% is allowed with a special permit from this board. That's why we're here tonight. There's other allowances within that section to allow us to reduce side yard setbacks down to 15 feet. We're not requesting that. We're staying within the allowable 30 feet. So again, not pushing that design to the maximum in any way. The driveway will be relocated to the north side of the property with a drive-in attached garage from the north. The existing septic area is to the rear of the house. That's being replaced and actually reduced in size because of new technology septic systems. We can get a system in a much smaller footprint. But that new system, we've done soil testing. We've received approval from the Eastern Highland Health Department. It's on the uphill side of the house, as far away from the lake as we're able to get it. The existing wells in the northeast corner of the lot that will remain and be used further. We have a site-specific erosion sedimentation control plans to control any short-term impacts to surrounding properties and most importantly the lake. We have silt fence all the way around the site, and actually all on the lower half is double row silt fence that I just like to put in anytime we're that close to it. Okay. Existing site is moderately sloped. The average is about 5% through there. And it'll be a good site to work. It's not overly wet. It's plenty of room to maneuver. So I think it'll be compared to some sites where you have to design, it's going to be relatively simple as far as any construction issues relative to site and erosion control. As I stated, we meet the nutrient allocation calculations for the site through the use of roof drains to dry wells and maintaining existing landscaping, woodlands, and created landscape beds. We've received in the wetlands approval. And just in closing, my professional opinion, approval of this application and plan will not result in any significant negative impact to public health, welfare, or safety. In addition, we meet all criteria listed in, I believe it's section 52.4 A through H, which are your criteria section for being special. That concludes my presentation. I'll be glad to take any comments or questions the commission may have.
It's not easily seen from the road. No, because I tried to find it and I couldn't.
Yeah, if you're looking down the driveway, it's the house is kind of down and to the right.
It's not on Sunny Acres.
No. Well, Sunny Acres is there's one home to the north, and then I believe the next the next street down.
I wonder about the, you said there's a shared driveway for the beginning. Will that be changed, disturbed at all?
So that's paved now, I believe.
Well, it's somewhat paved, it will be repaved eventually.
Yeah, and they will be bringing underground power in through there, so probably just to make sure that they'll repave that entrance there.
So there'll be no disturbance of the neighbors using the driveway?
That's correct. And from the street, very, very short.
For the record, just give us your name.
Yes, hi, I'm Karen Goodman, I live at 48 Orchard, and we are the neighbors.
Oh,
They're the driveway. And I thought you might hear from us, they did not receive the letter, we know where the flights for planning. And Rob and I are in full support of the project. We're the closest neighbor physically to them, and we just see that with a benefit for like all the improvements that will come to the property. They've had a long history with the lake. Decided to spend a full-time residency here, so I think that's a win-win for the community.
so I'm glad you came.
Yeah, I'm okay, good. I'm glad.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
Where is the current septic system?
It's in the area, where the proposed system is.
So it's pumped up there right
Yes.
now.
Yeah, it's an engineered system, that was the late seventies, late seventies.
John, you there?
I think they have the drawing for the pump.
Yeah, it is here, yeah. But the relocation of the driveway, that's good access for the house for fire trucks and ambulances and police if needed.
It's a straight shot down in versus now it kind of curves down around. Then come straight in and there's a good wide apron up the street.
Any questions from the board?
I've read through everything. My questions to them, and I think they did a pretty good job of putting it together.
Mr. Wentworth's been down this road before.
I haven't met him much, but the zoning, I saw his name on all stuff.
Anybody? Anybody from the audience? Then I again guess we need a motion to close the hearing.
I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing.
Great. I like when they go that fast. Did everybody get a copy of the motions that?
Yes.
We need a motion to take into a vote.
I got a question for Savannah.
Yeah.
This is with them. You probably bought that property, right?
Yes.
Do you think it's
I've been there.
once?
Yeah.
Do you think it's an overall improvement of the property?
I do in particular for the lake, being further set back from the lake.
I think that's obvious right there. It's setback.
I honestly do. It's a very good proposal, and the Wetlands Commission had no issues with it.
So that's where I take a lot of importance, that in neighbors. If it's not affecting the neighbors, I think that's a big thing too.
And it's further offset from the neighbors on the
Also,
side where it was really close.
Actually, it's gonna improve our view, so we're all.
you want motion for?
Use it.
Somebody else want to do the motion?
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Okay.
All right. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the application for Wesley Wentworth, P. Wentworth Civil Engineers, LLC for a special permit of 50 Downey Road, Columbia, Connecticut, Assessor's Map 016A, Lot 001, and an OAR pursuant to section 10.4.2.1 of the Columbia zoning regulation. The request is for an increase in total lot coverage for non-conforming rear lot of record not to exceed 2,610 square feet or 14.21%. The work will include non-conforming rear lot setbacks of no less than 30 foot for each side yard and no less than 30 foot for the front and rear property. With an increased maximum lot coverage of 14.21%. The building height within the increased lot coverage is not to exceed 35 feet. Additional approvals per the Columbia zoning regulation include EHHD approvals in process, inland wetland approval in hand, zoning approval and building permit.
Someone want to second that?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? I think I would suggest that we amend that to also include that it meets the requirements for section 10 and section 71.
Want to make a motion to add that? At the amendment.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Well, I'll make the the motion, somebody has to second it.
I'll second the motion for the amendments.
All in favor? Makes it nice and clean. All right, we have a motion to approve the application. All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Good luck. Thank you, Mr. Wentworth. There's a 15-day, there's a 15 day, it's gotta be posted after, and if somebody wants to fight this, there's a 15-day period that you have to wait, you know, you can get all your ducks in a row for permits and all that in that time, but you have to wait for 15 days.
Fair enough. Waited 49 years.
It should be posted in the paper on July 1st. It'll be 15 days from then.
Okay.
And thank you all for the service. It's all on there. Thank you for the special meeting.
It's all in our pay.
We all got reasons.
Just for the board here, they came in with this spam thing in regards to that property. And they were trying to abscond $4,800 off of them.
I received that yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And it was from the town of Columbia Zoning Board of Appeals with my name on the bottom of it. So, you know, as soon as I saw where it came from, I knew it was junk, but, you know, some people might think that this is part of the deal.
We haven't already had this happen to us once before, to look for that extension on the email, we easily could have fallen.
Well, the other thing too is you hover over the email and see what pops up. Because you'll see that the web addresses, even though it says one thing, what pops up is a whole different thing. Click on it.
Yeah.
But the easiest thing to do if you're not expecting it, call it down.
Well.
Yeah, I came down, I talked to the state trooper also. The thing that, you know, I think back to it was all emotional because, oh yeah, well, it's exciting because they said we had preliminary approval. And that's, you know, to read the email. And, they know what they're doing, really.
Yeah.
You'll never get surprise emails from the next time.
Okay, thank you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Got the motion to adjourn, right?
Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Business is concluded.